Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the podcast Behind Relationship Goals. What?
Welcome back kasi matagal kaming nawala.
Super. How long has it been?
A couple weeks maybe.
But she is the project manager. What happened?
Well, we were working and then I got sick and
Woo.
those are my excuses.
Those are her excuses. Okay, emphasis on that word. But anyway, we just got back from Osaka. We had an amazing trip there. We're posting content all over social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So we hope you guys enjoy that. And we literally just got back a few hours ago, straight to the podcast because we have a lot to talk about.
We do. It was funny because we were actually supposed to record in Osaka pero
We always say that.
napagod kami. Lakad kami ng lakad eh. But it was super duper fun. So we look forward to sharing our stories about that with you guys.
At any rate, we're moving on. Topic for this podcast is very juicy.
Very juicy because recently napag-usapan talaga tong issue na to.
Recently, I think all the time.
Well, actually all the time.
So what is it?
There's always like a new issue. It's the expectations and realities of love teams.
Ooh, love teams in itself, I think, is a very... stop pinching me with your toes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, she's pinching me under the table
Footsie,
with her
footsie
toes. Why
yun.
are you doing that's not even sexy feeling? Oh my God. Anyway, back to the topic. Why? So weird. Anyway, love teams. So Megan and I decided that we wanted to discuss this topic because I think it's very firmly ingrained in Filipino pop culture.
Yes, it is. When I first moved to the Philippines, I didn't know what a love team was. And when I started in showbiz around 14 years old, people were like, you need a love team. And I'm like, what's that? I didn't know what a love team was or that you needed to have one.
Yeah, same here. I guess with me, since I didn't watch a lot of TV, international or local, I also had no idea what the love team was.
Mm-hmm.
So when they told me, I was like, what is a love team? Yun pala, it's just basically,
A
at least the most
partnership.
basic concept of a love team is the leading lady and the leading man together. Like, if you put them together, they're a team. They're a love team. Gets? Made sense.
Made sense, yeah.
Made sense. I just had no idea how intricate that concept was being taken here in
Yeah.
Filipino pop culture. But eventually, it was a deep dive and an experiential journey for me because I went through the whole love team experience myself.
Yes. I mean, what's your experience with the love team? Like,
Okay.
where did it all begin?
Wow. All right. So my first encounter with that term was during my audition, my very, very first audition, which was for Amaya with the one and only, the very gorgeous Marian Rivera.
Mhm. And were we dating at this time?
Yeah, we were dating. We weren't even together.
Hang out lang.
Diba? So, nag-audition ako with Marian, and at the same time, they were trying to explain, my manager was trying to explain to me what I was getting into. So, okay, teleserye, okay, ila-love team ka kay Marian, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, I didn't completely grasp what they were trying to tell me. But the thing is, I think that the love team with Marian, it was just like a one show or two show thing.
Yeah.
I think that in trying to define what the love team is for this podcast, there are different levels.
Yes, there
Would you
are.
say?
Okay, so maybe let's go into that first.
All right.
Let's
So what's the most
further
basic one
explain a
for
love
you?
team. So we already established that a love team is a pairing of a guy and a girl, and they are the ones partnered together for a project.
Yes.
But there are some cases where a quote unquote love team is partnered up in multiple projects together.
Yeah, over a long span of time. So if any leading man or leading lady can be called a love team.
Yes.
But the one we're referring to is when a leading man and leading lady are paired up over a long period of time and talagang binibuild up and pinupush sila ng network.
Yes.
Okay, so you see them and it comes to the point where they're marketed as being together or
Yes, they're marketed together na.
Yeah, marketed beyond just one solo show.
Yes.
And that's the love team I want to talk about. That's not the love team I had with Marian Rivera.
That's the love team you had.
That is the love team that I had with Andreia Torres.
Hi, Ada.
Hey Ada, what's up? I call her Andreia. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so basically my first encounter with the real love team was with Andrea Torres in Sana Ay Ikaw Na Nga, which was a remake teleserye.
Which I
And
super love the original.
yeah,
by
it was
the
a
way.
super popular teleserye back
Can I
in
just
the
say that when you told me that you were gonna do the remake, I freaked out because that was one of the shows where I learned Tagalog. Anyways, moving along.
Yeah, so at that time, GMA Network and my manager set a meeting with me and said, hey, we want to pair you up with Andrea Torres and you're going to do the remake of Sana Ikaw Na Nga. Ay, Sana Ikaw Na Nga.
Yes.
And I had no idea how to react because I didn't know how hyped it was before. So I was like, okay, cool.
You didn't know like the...
No, I didn't know.
Yung bigat na binibigay sa inyo.
Yeah. Apparently, it was a really big thing. Thank you so much, GMA. That was the opportunity of a lifetime. Even until now, I look back at it and it was such a huge turning point.
For you, just starting out pa lang, diba?
Yeah. But that was also the beginning of the creation of the Mikael and Andreia love team. And
what was the name of your love team called?
I don't know if there was a name that stuck out, but I think Mckellen would be the one.
Yeah.
It was the start of Twitter pa lang, so people weren't as creative, I guess.
Okay.
Yet.
Parang just
So
like
they would
putting the
just
names
stick
together.
you know, the first syllables of the names.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was my first encounter. And it was very, very interesting because basically this is how it worked. So it was the first meeting and they said, okay, we're going to pair you up with Andreia. Gotcha. Around 3 months before we even started taping, they wanted to start promoting us already.
Okay.
And they lined up, like within 3 months, they lined up guestings almost every week.
So this would be like yung mga one-day shows, like Magpakailanman, and then other guestings.
Actually more like talk shows at first.
Okay.
So easy guestings.
Okay, parang
Easy
just
guestings
getting
first.
to know each other kind of thing.
Yeah, so in the news, like Unang Hirit, they would pair us up and then they would make us go to events together.
Yeah.
Okay, so they scheduled all of that for the first 3 months that we were going to work together. And then they set me aside and they said, Mick, is it okay? You know, we really want to push you and Andrea and we want to, you know, let people know that you're a genuine love team.
Okay.
And me being new to work, I was like, of course, whatever you guys need to make this work, then let's do it.
So what do you mean by genuine love team?
Well, something that I guess when I say that, they wanted us to really make it seem like we were genuinely in a relationship in a way.
Or that you guys were invested in this pair up.
Yeah,
I think that's more of
invested.
the term.
Yes, because there were no labels. It's not like I was going to say that she's my girlfriend or anything.
Yeah,
they weren't asking me to do that.
Yeah.
They were just asking, we want you guys, both of you, to be invested in this love team and really put in extra effort to make it evolve and bloom and grow.
Can we put a disclaimer here somewhere? Because I think people have this idea that once you have a love team, that it's you na talaga. Like you guys are together already. But at first, syempre, when you get paired up with somebody, sometimes you don't even know the person that you're going to be paired up with.
I didn't know Andrea.
She didn't even know you either. No. So you guys had zero knowledge of who each other was. And there's really that getting to know each other phase that you guys need to go through.
Yeah. So it was basically just like any relationship. You start off developing, becoming an acquaintance.
Yes.
Becoming a friend. And then after that, bahala na what happens after that. Sometimes they do end up getting together.
Yeah.
Other times they
become friends.
Other times they become frenemies.
Frenemy?
It happens. It happens. Yes. So what's this called? So before I deep dive into the rest of that love team experience, how did you feel when I told you that, hey, GMA is going to build me up and they're going to create a love team between me and Andrea? Since you had a different perspective on love teams, how did you feel?
I did. So I was working in a different station from Mikael at that time. And they were building me up to be a solo artist because I was doing a lot more hosting and it didn't really require a love team. I would have pair-ups from time to time. So ito yung mga one-project love teams. So after nun, wala na, hindi na kayo i-prepare.
So sino-sino yung mga yun, off the top of your head?
I was paired up
I
with
remember Zanjo.
Okay. With Cian.
Okay.
With Slater for a
project. Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Slater Young and Megan Young, parang kinasal na kayo.
Actually, cousin nga yung tawag namin.
Oh my God.
Kasi parang kami magpinsan.
You.
So, it was kind of weird because people were like, bakit pareho sila ng last name? Tapos,
Oo, medyo weird yun. Parang hirap itawid nun ah.
but just to be clear, we are not related at all.
Okay, who
So,
else? Anyone else? Is Agamulak considered the love team?
well, we were paired up in a show, but
So
I
in
don't.
a way, yeah.
I guess.
In a way.
So I was paired up with a bunch of different people, but I never really had that one person that I would consider
sunod-sunod.
yung quote unquote love team. I didn't have that. And I didn't have a concept of what love teams had to go through in terms of projects, in terms of personal life. Wala akong
Okay,
idea.
hey, that's a great segue. You had no idea what love teams had to go through.
No, not
Okay,
at
so
all.
that's where I'm gonna come in. The making of a love team. So the making of the Mikael and Andreia love team. So like I said, it was the meeting, the initial meeting, the announcement internally that we were gonna be paired up together.
Okay.
Okay, and then it started off with guestings on TV. Behind the scenes, it was a lot of workshops.
Yes.
And
Because you also needed to develop
Chemistry.
between each other.
with one another, and we need to learn how to act at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that we were doing, and then eventually we got into the teleserye. And then the teleserye is when people finally see us together on screen.
Yes.
Pero the cool thing about it was medyo malakas na yung yung
Recall.
feedback at recall
Yeah.
ng tao sa amin ni Andrea, because yun na nga, ang dami ng effort ng GMA to push us in the guestings, in the events, and on social
Yes.
media, and whatever other news outlets. So when that happened, I was super happy because I was like, oh my God, there's a recall right away.
Yeah.
So it was a feeling of success
From your end.
me and Andrea's
Yes.
end. And yeah, I guess when the teleserye started, it would just be sustaining it na lang.
Yeah.
So in the interviews, what's this called?
So when somebody would interview you for, let's say, a press conference, of course they're gonna ask you. They have like this template for love teams.
Yes.
So it's like, how are you guys as a love team? How is your like relationship with each other? Are you guys developing feelings for each other? So they ask these, parang I would say, quote unquote, trigger questions.
And tricky questions.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I have a
Yeah.
very, very good answer for Okay, I like that question. Okay, me and Andrea, we decided that we wanted to be very genuine.
Yes.
We wanted to be very genuine. We did not want to lie. I want to use that word. We did not want to
Yeah.
lie. We not want to say something that wasn't necessarily true.
Yes. But I think the only thing there was that good thing we had we didn't say anything about our relationship.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's do this making of a love team first.
So
Okay.
you wanted to be genuine.
Yes, and GMA supported us with that, and they would also push us to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So whenever they would ask us tricky questions, so kayo na ba?
Okay.
Nagkakainlaban na ba kayo?
So what would you guys answer?
Nagugustuhan mo na ba si Andrea? Ganyan yung mga questions.
Or vice versa. they
Or
would
vice
say.
versa. And me and Andrea, the best way to answer that, while remaining genuine, pakipot lang.
Paano pakipot?
Pakipot lang. I was like, I don't know, we're just working really well, but we're really good friends right now.
Which is true.
Which was all true.
Which was true.
Okay,
And
so,
you
so
weren't
ask me. So
lying.
ask me. Like, you're the
Okay.
reporter,
Okay.
and I'm me.
Okay. So, Mikael, nagkakadevelopan na ba kayo ng ka-love team mo?
Oh, I don't know, but we're really, really good. We're just really focused on trying to make the show work.
Okay.
And we're focused on trying to become better actors and develop our career. But at the same time, I enjoy working with her. And yeah, that's basically it.
I like that. I like that you guys were very honest and you were true to yourselves and to the relationship, because I guess from both ends, you guys didn't want to, you didn't want to lie.
No, we didn't
Because
want
lying
to.
was something that you guys didn't want to do and didn't believe in.
Yes. So, okay. So that's one side. That's like the love team side between me and Andrea. Now let's look at the business side of the love team.
Okay.
Now, why is there this device? Why is there a love team device in Filipino pop culture?
Okay.
And the thing is, that's what we like. Everybody has different tastes, and as a country, as a nation, we are just so enamored with the concept of love teams. Just how
yeah.
Diba?
I love it.
I mean, it's just it. And there's
Nakakakilig kasi
there's
siya
absolutely
eh.
nothing wrong with it. It is our form, it is the form of entertainment that we get the most joy from.
Yes.
And you can never take that away from anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
I remember.
To each his own, yung quote na yan eh. To each his own.
I remember when I was younger, I would watch the show Click on GMA. And I super
Don't know that, but okay.
Yeah, so I was like in high school and I would follow them. I would write their names in my notebooks. I forgot the names of the love teams there, but I would follow it every Saturday. And I loved watching that
Diba?
show. And I loved it because of the love teams.
Diba? And what are we in the business of? We are in the entertainment business.
Yes.
So we're providing entertainment, and this Love Team is an amazing device, an amazing vehicle that the various networks in the Philippines have come to be very excelled at developing and skilled
Yes.
at developing. So for me and Andrea, on the business side, we wanted to wholeheartedly be very professional about it. And to be
Okay.
professional about it, you want to give 100% to your work.
Okay.
And as much as the Love Team mixes personal and business, on the business side, kailangan seryoso kami dito.
Yeah.
Which is why we wanted to be genuine, but we also wanted to stretch our limits and grow
Okay.
as professionals, as
Okay.
workers, as actors. So we were always open to what GMA would suggest. We would be open to to each other's advice and
Okay.
suggestions. So example, okay, you have friends who sometimes hold hands.
Yes.
Alam mo yung mga friends na lovey-dovey
I
lang
do that with
talaga?
my friends.
Oh, di ba? You do that with your friends? Ano
Not
to?
with my guy friends.
Joke lang. Okay lang yan. But anyway, yeah. So, girl, yung alam mo yung mga magbabarkada pero sobrang touchy.
Lambing.
Eh.
Malambing.
Oo,
Malambing.
may ganun talaga eh. So, there were times, eventually, when we got really comfortable with one another, we would enter guestings holding hands.
Okay. Or like parang nakaakbay ka.
Oo, yung parang, uy, wow, may something ba to? May something ba to?
yeah.
Pero, at the same time, it was also very genuine because we were really very comfortable with one another.
And you guys became super duper close.
Oo, and pinag-usapan talaga namin. I mean, actually, magandang kwento yung relationship namin ni Andrea. It's a roller coaster. It has
Your
ups and
friendship,
downs.
like your love team friendship, it's actually very interesting because sometimes there are love teams na, yes, nagkakadevelopan. There are some na magkakaaway. There are some na who are just really, really good friends. And it all differs, but I love the foundation of what you guys made and how you were able to establish that.
Yeah, I also agree.
I think what's cool is that you, like, syempre, GMA supported you guys in how you wanted to tackle it. And they were like, okay, we'll support you. So I guess for some, do you think like there are some that have to pretend? Or or is it like their discretion on how they want to do that?
It's really up to them. I think for other love teams, I think me and Andrea, we really just wanted to be very authentic and genuine to ourselves.
Okay.
Para hindi fake yung labas niya.
Yeah.
But for other
And this is you guys.
This is us. But for other love teams, it really is up to them. Kanya-kanyang diskarte yan.
Yeah.
There is no template. There's no sheet of paper that they pass. This is how you act. This is how you do it. This is what you can do. This is what you can't do. It's organic. You talk to your producer, you talk to your manager, you talk to your ka-love team, and you see what works, what fits. There is absolutely no template.
Yeah, because in our industry, it's about branding and how you brand a certain person, how you brand a certain love team per se. So I guess it depends on how you want to present yourself and present this love team.
Yeah. Okay, so I like how this conversation has gone. It's been very segmented. So we've started off with how a love team is created. So it's me and Andrea from that perspective.
Okay.
And then we've discussed the business perspective.
Which
of
is
the
something
love
that
team,
people
the
don't always
concept.
see.
Yes, and it's something that people usually forget because we're so emotionally invested
Yeah.
as fans of this concept.
I have my
Okay.
moments.
But there is another point of view which is very important for this podcast in particular. And it is the point of view of the other. And that's you.
Okay.
So the girlfriend, the other.
The outsider.
The outsider, quote unquote. So it was me and Andrea as a love team.
Okay.
But you and I were together. How did
in
you
real life.
In real life.
So she was the REEL real, and I was the REAL real.
Yes. So, juicy.
Juicy.
How did
Okay.
you feel about that? So, what was your take on
I
that?
feel like I'm on a talk show. So what do you
Well,
mean?
it is a talk show in a way.
Well, yeah, it is a podcast. Wale, Megan. So, okay, what exactly is your question?
Okay, just basic feelings towards it first. Yung initial feelings mo, given that you had a better idea of how love teams will work and how love teams sometimes do end up together. I'm sure you've heard issues, how, oh my God, yung love team, may boyfriend talaga, may girlfriend talaga, pero yung pala may nangyayari dun sa love team. I'm sure alam mo yung mga yun.
Okay, so when Mikael first told me that he was gonna do this show and he was going to have this partnership, I was like, okay, that's cool. I support you and I'm super happy, especially since it's like one of my childhood favorite TV shows. I'm like, wow. And at that time we were still kind of new, couple of like a year or 2 years. A year together now.
A year and a half.
And I mean, it's not like I'm gonna say, I don't want you to do that because I have no place in that, and whatever he does in his career, supportive ako. Like I said,
but how did you feel?
Like I said, I didn't have any knowledge about love teams, so I didn't know what the process was, and even you didn't know what that process was because it was your first time.
But you had been in showbiz for a while already.
Yes. So one of the things that I was like, okay, she's very beautiful. Was I gonna be jealous about this? I wanted to think about my mindset for this because if this was going to be a love team na pang matagalan and they're always going to be together, people are always going to say something in my ear, I need to be sure of myself. And I need to make sure that I tell myself, you know, you shouldn't worry about Mikael. And Mikael...
Parang iiyak ka na. Kaya mo ba?
Kaya ko.
Go.
Kaya
Continue.
Ko. Baka ikaw pa yung iyak. What's great is that Mikael always reassured me that you know, he would never cheat on me, that he would never do something that I should be worried about, something that I should that would put doubts in my head. So honestly, I wasn't worried.
Ever? Like 0 ounce of worry or just parang medyo nailang ka ng konti? Like at the start, at the very start.
At the very start, of course there are questions in my head like, okay, he has a love team. Is he gonna like develop a crush for her? Is she gonna develop a crush for him?
That's what that's what everyone is waiting for. Okay, repeat that. Go. That's the those are the inhibitions and ano yung mga hesitations mo. Go.
Yes. Ito lang naman yung mga naiisip ko. Magkaka-crush ba siya kay Andrea? Si Andrea ba magkaka-crush sa kanya? Magkaka-developan ba sila? Syempre, hindi mo maiiwasan yun because of the stories that you hear from showbiz. You hear about couples breaking up because they fall for their love team and they end up leaving their original partner.
And
Meron talagang kwento.
And the way you dealt with that was tiwala lang.
Tiwala lang. So I was like, okay, may naririnig akong kwento about other love teams. But for Mikael, I'm going to put all my trust in him. He's reassuring me, so I'm not going to have any doubt whatsoever. And I'm going to trust in him because of the investment that I knew he was going to put in. And he wouldn't do anything to make me jealous, but he wanted to genuinely work on this pair up with Andreia.
True.
And that was, I guess, my motivation for not getting jealous. And you know, I didn't have any doubts because I knew how invested you were in your work.
Okay. So given that, just because may tiwala si Megan and just because willing ako maging honest does not automatically mean that it was going to be a smooth process right away. Basically, there were a few obstacles and bumps on the road because nangangapa pa rin kami. Kung ano ba talagang mangyayari since we didn't really know how things were going to go. And I have a very good example of that. So I wanted to be a genuine friend to Andreia. So I would treat her as such. So when I would see her in the workshops, you know, I'd be very friendly, talk to her, try to open up deeper conversations with her. And syempre, we would be going around to different events and places and locations all the time, every week, sometimes every day. So there was one time we were in Makati and I guess I was being overly nice and I said, hey, Andreia, why don't you just ride with me in the car?
Okay.
Because I had a car then.
And you didn't have a driver. You were the one
I didn't have
driving.
a driver. So she rode with me in the front seat of my car all the way back to GMA, I think. And I told Megan about it. And then dun 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 dun.
Well, at that time, I think this was the only time that I was like, ding, 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 ding. Because I said,
Warning bells.
you can call it that. And I actually don't know if we ever told Ada this. Did we tell Ada about this?
I don't know. She'll
Kwento?
find out now if she watches the podcast.
Ada isasend ko sa'yo to. But I told him, okay, I think this is where you should draw the line for professionalism and wag mo na isakay sa car mo. Because I don't want you to put ideas into other people's heads. Like, baka naman she thinks you're making ligaw or stuff like that.
Baka tinototoo ko na.
So I just didn't want anybody, not just her, but other people around them na ito talaga yung ginagawa mo at tinototoo mo to. Tapos, I wasn't worried about what people would see or what other people would think. It was just the working relationship that he had with her. And I didn't want it. Ayoko masira yung professionalism niyo. Yun lang naman.
At ayaw mo rin na ma-inlove ako sa kanya.
Of course, that's also at the back of my head.
Ko talaga. Sinugarcoat mo pa eh.
Sinugarcoat
Okay,
ko
but anyway.
Lol.
Okay. But yeah, I think that was the only incident. And
That was really, yun lang talaga.
you did call me out on it right away because I told her na sinakay ko si Andrea in my car.
And Mikael tells me everything.
Yeah, I'm very honest. I try to be very honest. And she called me out on it. Stop
Sorry.
your toes. Anyway, Andrea tuloy. Megan called me out on it right away. And I'm glad she did because I was in the business of trying out different things that could help me grow my relationship with Andrea as a love team and as a friend. So in the moment, I didn't realize that was overboard already for Megan. And syempre, iba-iba yung threshold ng mga tao.
Yeah.
Yun yung threshold na pala ni Megan. I think for other people, maybe pwede pa, diba?
Yeah.
So, depende yan. So, that is why Megan and I worked also because we were very open to one another. I would always say it. And this is just a good example of how that openness and honesty works for us.
Also, I think it's how I told you. I wasn't mad at you for doing it.
Yeah.
But I was more like, okay, I think we need to reevaluate the moves that you're making because it looks like the moves.
Oh, tama. I like that. Ooh, some wordplay. But anyway, sorry, kinilig ako dun. So let's just round up what's happening here. So I think this is like the first half of the podcast so far. Personally, I was very invested. Personally, me and Andrea for the love team, we were both very invested, and we wanted to make it grow.
Yeah,
and we wanted to show that as actors, as a love team, we would work, and that we had chemistry, and that we looked good together. On the business side of things, we were willing to do whatever GMA needed from us.
Yes.
And we knew that GMA would support us. So parang two-way street yan eh. GMA was investing in us.
Yeah.
Placing a franchise a remake that was very successful in our hands. So the best way that Andrea and I could give back was to give it our all and really give the love team a good shot, a good genuine shot. And then the third point of view, which was the other point of view, your point of view, was you wanted to make it happen, but you were keeping me in check.
Yeah.
Letting me know how you feel. And it just so happens that it worked. Because it could have happened na feeling ko okay lang yung car ride to GMA and ikaw hindi talaga. And I'm like, ba't hindi mo nagigets? Diba? It could have gone that way.
Yeah, it could have.
But it just so happens it didn't. So, we were just a good fit, yo.
High five.
Ganun lang talaga. Minsan, hindi talaga good fit eh.
Yeah, you never know.
Okay. So there. So I think that's a good primer and that scratches the surface and a bit below of what love teams are and what my experience has been and what her experience has been being with me in a love team. So yeah, where do we move on from here in the podcast?
Oh, where do we move on? So Mikael and Andrea's tactic work for them. I would say tactic because in any business, you always have a strategy on how you do things, and they tackled theirs very business-like, I would say. In the end, you guys turned out to be super good friends, and even I became good friends with Andrea because of you. Like, you were our bridge, actually, even before we worked together in Alias Robin Hood. And yeah, that's what worked for you guys. It's different for every single love team. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. And that's just the nature of the business.
Okay. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. So we've talked about 3 perspectives.
Okay.
Okay. What about the perspective of the fan?
Okay. So
Expectations and realities. Kasi
okay.
the love team is created.
Yes.
The fans are there. The fans are in the audience are created as well.
Yeah. The people that follow
The
you
people
and
that
that
follow
love
and
the
that
chemistry.
emotionally invest themselves in the show, in the love team, and what they do outside of TV. So, it does create a fandom.
Yeah.
Like we've
it
seen
does.
many, many, many times. So, what is our opinion and take on the issues that permeate this relationship, this perspective, the love team and the fans?
Honestly, I wish I could talk to somebody that's very invested in a love team. But now the only perspective that we have with this is what we see online.
Yes.
And what we see through Twitter, Facebook, etc. And whatever somebody feels towards a love team, because I am also a follower of certain love teams and I also become emotionally attached to them. I don't have to post about it, but that's how I feel. And, sometimes you do get affected if, let's say, a love team breaks up or whatnot. It's just about how you handle it as a person. Are you going to let it affect your whole life? Are you going to let this person take a hold of you? Because for me, as the way that I handle my being a fan is that I'll appreciate them from a distance, and that's what works for me. So I guess it differs.
It differs because there's no, like you put here, there's no rule of thumb for a love team. And as I explained, love teams organically grow. Sometimes hindi nga planado ng network nagkakaroon ng love team.
Yes.
I mean,
There's
Aldab was just the
super
perfect
chemistry.
example of a
Grabe.
spontaneous moment.
Or another example would be Catherine, Enrique, and Daniel Padilla. Originally, it was Catherine and Enrique, if I'm not mistaken. And then they found super duper chemistry between Catherine and Danielle in this one
And
show
now,
that they did.
Look at them now.
Yeah, exactly. So you
So-
can never really tell.
You can never really tell. Yeah, that makes sense. But anyway,
That's
yeah.
because I always say you can never can tell.
So anyway, yes, all these love teams, they're all unique in their own right. And I actually think that whatever the audience and the fans feel, that's very valid.
That's valid. Yeah.
It's very valid because they're emotionally invested. And of course, as people, the two partners in the love team, whatever they feel as well, that's also very valid. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of, how do they connect with one another? Like, is there positivity that's derived from it? Is there negativity that's derived from it? And inevitably,
Yes.
you will always get both.
Yeah.
So,
Parang ano lang yan, like how you, I think another example would be how, let's say, Friends, yung love team ni Ross and Rachel.
okay.
Diba? Like, there are some people that love that team up. There are some people that don't. And there are some that get super duper affected, like when they break up or whatnot. So parang ganun lang din siya with the love teams here in the Philippines.
Okay, you have a question here. Why do real relationships need to be hidden when you have a love team?
I think that goes back to the business side of it.
I have an answer. I think it depends. Real relationships don't always need to be hidden when you have a love team. In my case, okay, let's use my case because it's very personal and I can talk a lot about it.
Okay.
In my case, I wanted to give GMA the respect that they deserve
Yes.
because they were giving me the opportunity of a lifetime. I was so new.
Yes.
I was so raw. Same with Andreia. And they were giving me sana ikaw nang ha. And I wanted to cultivate and grow that love team with Andreia without any obstacles. And let's be honest, when there's a personal relationship that's being press released,
Yeah.
that is an obstacle.
Yeah.
And it could create negative issues. It could-
Intention.
it could create negative opinions. So to stay away from that, we decided, okay, we'll continue to keep our relationship low key.
Yes.
I mean, it was already our decision to do that. Basically, we just maintained the status
Yeah.
quo.
So you guys talked about it and then worked on it.
Yeah, so it was my way in several ways. It was my way of giving back to GMA and making sure that, hey, I respect what you're giving me. Whatever you guys need from me, Whatever you
Yes.
need from me and Andrea as a love team, let me know. It's yours.
Yeah.
Let's work on this. That's how I am as a worker. 100% all in. Westbrook to. Russell Westbrook to.
Pati ba sa fashion style? Russell Westbrook ba?
So, what's this called? So, yeah, from my end, from my specific situation and my specific love team experience, our real relationship was very low key
Yeah.
and very, I guess, hidden from the public eye in a way. But for others, it doesn't really need to be.
Yeah.
Case to case.
Case to case basis. I think one example of a love team that, wasn't more about like the personal, they didn't involve their personal lives, was the Bea John Lloyd love team.
Ah.
Diba? Like we knew
yes.
about their personal lives, but they also had on-screen chemistry that was just so good.
Yes.
And then
yes.
people were like, we love seeing on screen. We don't care about your personal lives. Like they were able to establish that for themselves. So it all depends on how you guys work it out as a love team.
Mm-hmm. Okay, next one. I like these questions here. So they have 4 questions. And one is, do love team partners fall for each other? Let me be blunt. You can be blunt with me.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Yes. See, we didn't rehearse that. Yes, of course. You are put in situations that are emotionally charged. The scenes that you do in the teleserye, sometimes you're brought to these beautiful places.
Yeah.
And
It involves real emotions
it
also.
involves real emotions, and those real emotions can really honestly translate into real love.
I think also we should put like an image. Okay, you are, let's say, working on a teleserye with your love team. You guys see each other 3 to 4 times a week. You're
Every
with
day.
almost every day. You're with each other the whole day, and almost all your scenes together, you are in the show romantically involved with each other. So I guess like if you're single or if your mindset is like, I'm going to be invested in this way, then yes, there's a very big possibility that you will fall for your love team.
Yeah, and that's a reality. But, of course, there's also the flip side.
Wait, can I just say that
Go.
it doesn't just happen in show business. It happens also in different work areas where you fall for your coworkers
Who's always with you?
who's always with you every
Exactly.
single day. So hindi lang siya sa showbiz nangyayari.
Yes, my love team sa iba't ibang mga industriya. It just so happens in showbiz, it's being shown.
On TV, and a lot of
Hence,
people know about it.
Show business.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, to be succinct with that answer. Next one, what are the sacrifices of love teams? I think marami.
Marami yan.
Pero
And depends on which kind of path you want to take for your love team.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that much different from what an individual would give up and sacrifice for being in show business.
Honestly, from my perspective, I don't think hiding our relationship was a sacrifice because like
It was an advantage.
yeah, because our relationship was more low key. We could, go out. When we went out, like
It never stopped us from going
yeah,
out.
exactly. So we didn't see that as a disadvantage for us.
Yes. So basically what Megan is saying, that's a really good point. What Megan is saying, what can be seen as sacrifices for other love teams, if you're an optimist, you can turn it around and other people can see those sacrifices as advantages, which is what we saw.
Yeah, we try to look at the positive side of things all the time.
If you're an optimist, great. Life is going to be better. If you're a pessimist, good luck.
I mean, it's all about perspective. That's what I say. It's all about perspective and how you try to see things, no matter what's thrown at you.
True. Next, why do they break up love teams? Oh, simple fact. It's business.
1, it could be not working
Yeah,
anymore.
It's just business.
2, they want something new.
Mm-hmm.
3, maybe for growth for the artist. That could be another. Or maybe like they're just fighting too much so that they can't stand each other anymore. That could also be one thing.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I don't know how else to answer that. Megan answered well. The next question,
By
however...
the way, these are just assumptions because I've never had a love team. So, guys, this is haka-haka lang.
Okay, next question. Are there some love teams that don't like each other? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Yes. And this is where my story with Andrea Torres continues.
Wow.
Okay, so we were together. We were we were together as a love team for, I would say, a good 3.5 years.
At this time?
3.5 years. No, just in total.
Okay.
But that 3.5 years, even though we're super good friends right now, 8 years later, it was not all. It was not a smooth journey.
Yeah.
It was a roller coaster ride. There was this one point in time during our first teleserye where we absolutely did not like each other. And Andrea Torres is gonna have a ball if she listens to this.
Yeah,
one.
she's gonna be like,
she's gonna be
"Mikael."
laughing so much, and at the same time, mahihiya siya.
She'll be like, why did you say that?
Okay, but anyway, without getting into the details, for
'Cause that's-
Andrea's sake, because it was Andrea's fault, I will say that. What's this called?
If she were here, she would be punching you right now.
Yeah. She'd be
She'd be like,
she'd be
"Stop,
stopping me.
stop."
But anyway, without getting into too much detail, Andrea and I got into an argument, an issue, a fight.
You got into a fight, I would say.
Actually, no. The more specific word is a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it ended up with me and her disliking one another
So much.
so much for a long time, months.
Like, you guys despised
But
each
we were still
other.
working with each other because we were serious about, being very professional about the whole thing. But yeah, we were able to get through it. And that situation, those few months of us fighting makes looking back at our relationship and our friendship so much more entertaining.
Yeah. You guys were super young when this happened.
Yeah. And I
Like,
always make her
very
kulit
young.
about it. I was like, nagalit ka naman sa akin dati. Ikaw talaga. Inaasar ko pa rin kasi yun nga kasalanan niya. No, but we're good. It doesn't really matter whose fault it was. At the end of the day, it gave so much color to our relationship and my memories of being with her and working with her. So that was amazing. And I'm just glad to all those who followed that love team, the Mikael and Andrea love team. Thank you, because we wouldn't be where we are today.
Yeah. They were very supportive of you guys.
Yeah, without all the support. So that was amazing.
All right. So I guess after all that we've talked about with love teams, what your personal experience, my personal experience and view, and I guess the different sides of it, personal and business.
Personal, business, the other girlfriend,
me.
or the other person in the relationship, and the audience. So just
The
4
audience.
perspectives that we discussed that I think was very interesting, actually, even as we're discussing. It was
Yeah,
very interesting
and
to
I
me.
think we've already come to our conclusion there already. Like, love teams are part of Filipino pop culture, and it's something that I think will always be there.
And I will be honest, I will put this out there, and I think Megan shares the same view. I'm very, very proud of our love team pop culture.
Yeah,
It's very unique.
yeah, and
Diba?
like when
I
you talk
see
about
some
it
people
with
bashing, bakit kasi mahilig tayo sa love team, mga ganun.
I
And
think
I
it's
think
so
it's
cool.
super cute. It's very unique. It makes us us. I mean, the K-pop people, they have their own kind of love
yes,
team.
iba,
You have
iba
something
din.
in your eye.
Oh, really?
Other side. So the K-pop culture, they have different kind of
Parang love-
fanaticism towards
Yes.
love team and pop culture.
Yes.
And same with the various Asian countries.
Mhm.
And of course, the US or Hollywood, they have their own style
Yes.
of creating entertainment. Because at the end of the day, you can put it in the box and label it entertainment. And ibang-ibang style yan, ibang-ibang
Yeah.
type yan.
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is. And the negative and positive issues that people always talk about kasi yun nga engaged and invested tayo.
Yes.
It's always going to be there. And to be honest with you, I think each issue can be seen in a positive and a negative light.
Yeah.
It just depends on who's talking about it and what point of view you are coming from.
Yeah. Everybody will always have something to say.
Yeah. So I guess that's how I feel about love teams. Very, very proud of that culture and
think it's
happy
cool.
about it.
I-
I mean, I benefited from it, to be honest with you. So, but even beyond that, I think it's very nice. It gives us Filipinos as a nation and as a lovers of entertainment,
Yeah.
it gives us a very distinct personality.
I like it because it's so dynamic. Like, ang dami palang factors
Yes.
that are included with it. You think like it's just okay, you're gonna be partnered together, but there's a whole like it's so rounded.
Yeah, and just to prove the dynamism of the love team culture,
Dynamism.
how dynamic it is, how
Yes.
versatile
Like
it
that
is.
word, dynamism.
Okay, it's not just about the youngins, not just about the teeny boppers. See Sir Chief and Jody.
Yes.
Wow, what a story, diba?
Or Don Silveta and Richard Gomez.
Diba? Well,
Hanggang ngayon, they still get paired up together.
I didn't follow them. Sorry, I don't know.
Them.
But yeah, so at that point, I think we've discussed enough. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Well, I think next time we'll talk about more stuff like millennial stuff.
Yeah, but I think for love teams, we covered a lot of ground, and we even developed our own opinions even a bit more.
Yeah. I didn't realize like we actually had these thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope
Yeah.
you guys also developed more of an opinion regarding this topic and regarding our pop culture. That was fun.
I know. I actually didn't think we'd have that much to say about it.
I'm glad we're doing the podcasts again. Shout out to Messy Bessie. We love you.
Yay, love you
So,
guys. And
we
also
are
to
sponsoring
Road.
them.
Thanks, Road and Crystal Audio for always giving us our mics.
Okay, so catch you guys on Mobile Legends and Ragnarok.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Happy gaming.